What the heck? A Mini in white? What the heck? An Ape Labs Mini in black? We got new minis, everyone. The Mini 2.0 is here. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about the differences. I am super excited about this product. Very, very, very big improvement against the old Mini. And we're gonna dive into it, talk about it. Are you excited? Because I am. We're gonna do it right now. What's going on, everybody? Justin Schwartz here, coming at you from Ape Labs USA because we're doing a product launch and these are like the only two minis in the country right now, and it's like a secret. I had to come here. They had me give a password. I mean, it was crazy. But I'm excited. They let me in here. That's why you see me in a different setting. But we're gonna go through the Ape Labs Mini 2.0. And if you look, beautiful. You got it in black, you got it in white. We're gonna go through all the different features, the improvements, and talk about, where you can buy them as well. But before we do that, make sure you're checking us out at the DJsGuru.com. If you wanna purchase these Ape Labs products, make sure you go to DJSupplyStore.com. And they're all available for sale there. Of course, if you have any questions, reach out to us at any of those sites or drop your comments below. And let's get into it. So let's look at the old Mini. Great light. I have a lot of these actually, and I use them in a lot of different situations where maxis sometimes are too much and have done me very, very well. I've done a lot of people very, very well. But the maxi was always way more popular, and at the end of the day, people would say, well, for a few dollars more at the time, I'm gonna just get the maxi. It makes more sense to me. And that happened a lot, and people maybe didn't see the value of having a smaller, less bright version of the maxi. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But what I'll tell you is with these new versions, because of the new LED diode in here, and what they've done is a couple of things, but the Mini 2.0 is going to give you the same level of output as a Maxi 1.0 at a significantly lower cost. So now you have another option from Ape Labs in white and black with all these tremendous features that we're going to get into at a lower price point, but you're not sacrificing the brightness that maybe you were with the original models. So because of that, I'm super excited about these. I think these are going to be way more popular with the 2.0 versions than they have been in the past. So let's get back to some of the differences. Some of the things that people were not crazy about were a couple things. Number one, the yoke on here was really not usable. If you were going to mount them in some way, that was really the only way you would use the yoke. Otherwise, you're just using the rubber feet and you're dropping them down like that. So because of that, it was kind of pointless to have this there for a lot of people. What they've done now with the new yoke is it still has the hole there, so if you do want to hang it, you can absolutely do that, but they created a yoke that also has an angle on it, which works as a kickstand. So now you can actually angle these from the floor and hit things that maybe you weren't able to in the past because you were just shining it straight up, or you had to do, one of these jobbies where, you know, it wasn't, I tried it before, it didn't really work well, let's put it that way. So big improvement there. Now, the other thing is these are IP rated, right? IP rating is essentially meaning that you can leave these outdoors, they can sustain weather, they can sustain particles and the elements in a way that these could not. Now, Ape Labs products are all made of aluminum. Aluminum is a very strong, lightweight metal, and it's very resistant to corrosion, which made the original versions pretty much weather resistant, we would call it, right? It wasn't an IP rating per se officially, but it was still pretty good. But the problem is because you have openings here between the metal pieces, you know, you have the potential, and what definitely did happen is you have particles of water and dust and whatnot getting in there. So what did they do? They built a beautiful bumper system around it that essentially seals everything in, keeps it from, you know, allowing any type of dust, particle, weather, anything like that in there. And you can see here in the Mini, you know, they kept some of the flair, much more refined, much more regal look, but they did keep some of that flair like from the original, which you can see here. So they still have that character built into the product, which I love. Here's the white. And another thing that's really important to understand is that they now have onboard effects. The previous model, if you forgot your remote, and here's a tip for you, buy extra remotes if you haven't done it. I swear at some point you're going to lose it. But without the remote, the light would really just revert back to to the last setting that it was in. And other than that, you really couldn't do anything with it. Now what they have is they have the ability to use like a double tapping system that will then let you access the color macros within the light and allow you to at least go through those color macros, change the color, and give it some flexibility without having the remote. Obviously, you need the remote, but now at least you can change the colors. You can do a little something compared to what the old model was, which you couldn't do anything. So that's a major improvement. And then I think the biggest improvement really is the color variations that they've created and the built-in colors within this light. So the previous models had 20 colors, and people were not crazy about the amber. It was a good amber, definitely passable, but it was not the best amber that it could have been. And they spent a lot of time and effort actually going as deep as going to mobile DJ companies and looking at their software and seeing the colors that are most popular at weddings, at private events, and nightclubs, any type of event, professional scenario. And they created those colors and then they put them into this light as a preset. So if you want different variations of amber, you now have, I think, 3 or 4 different variations of amber with this amber white color that they now have. Very, very cool. And also candlelight, lime green, so many of these very popular requested colors that are becoming buzzwords in the industry are now going to be presets in this light. So Ape Labs always trying to keep things simple, making your life easier. They are now doing that even more with the color schemes that are in this Mini. So really a great job. It feels phenomenal. I mean, you know, the original product felt phenomenal, right? It wasn't any problems with that, but you're now dealing with just a totally different animal. And what's really cool is that these are the same price as the existing 1.0 Minis. So you're getting really a better product at the same price. They will continue to make the old versions. The old version will work with the new version. The old remote will work with the new light, and the new remote will work with the old light. So as usual, Ape Labs is thinking of the customer. They don't need you to buy any adapters or anything else to make your old lights work with your new and vice versa. Everything is still going to work within the same 2.4 wireless technology, and they have some great updates on their app that, paired with the new hardware, it's going to be a really exciting year for Ape Labs in 2022. So I just wanted to do a kind of a first launch of this product, show it to you, give you some of the details. You know, this is a single 15 watt, again, LED diode, RGB AW, amber white. It's a new color that they created, but at the same price point, it is a far superior light. So definitely reach out. Talk to us about the Ape Labs Mini 2.0 in cream or in black. Let us know if you have any questions. Drop them down below. Always happy to help. Definitely check us out at the DJsGuru.com, and you can pick these up at DJSupplyStore.com. Use promo code SAVE, okay? And if you have any questions, as always, you can always reach out to me directly. I'm always happy to help. So I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. You know how much I love Ape Labs, and I'm so excited and thankful to Ape Labs USA for allowing us to do this. And I'm excited for the people out there to get their hands on these, because really it's going to be a game changer. So Ape Labs Mini 2.0, thank you so much for watching. As I always like to say, everyone, we'll see you on the flip side. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.